All right, welcome back. Thank you very much for joining me again. This is Gulpane, and I'm going to do a video response to Novabug, who asked the question on the Friday Foursome about 4 systems you would swap when you were younger. So let's have a look at my 4 systems. This isn't going to be too difficult for me because I didn't have that many systems when I was younger. I think I started off with a Nintendo NES, but I was really small, so I couldn't really swap that for anything because I don't really remember playing it that much. But the one that I had when I was a bit younger, then when I was getting video game savvy, was the Mega Drive, and my favourite game on the Mega Drive was Shining Force 2 and Phantasy Star 4 and Street Fighter 2 obviously, but I loved RPGs and I never had a Super Nintendo. It was only later on recently that I started playing all of the Super Nintendo RPGs, and I love those. So I'd definitely swap a Mega Drive for a Snes back in the olden days. So after the Mega Drive, I got a PlayStation 1. My mother got me a PlayStation 1 actually for Christmas, and I didn't actually know. Again, I wasn't really old enough, but I think I had I think I had Final Fantasy 7 for that, and I totally missed out on the Game Boy Advance. So I'd swap the PlayStation 1 for the Game Boy Advance, and I'd just take all of the RPGs that were on the Game Boy Advance and I'd get them, and also the sort of the platformers, the Castlevania games as well. That'd be my second one. And then after the PlayStation 1, I got a PlayStation 2, and I had all the RPGs I wanted on that. But if I had to swap the PlayStation 2 for something, it would probably be a PSP, because PSP, it's on the go. It's basically like a less powerful PlayStation 2, I think. I'm not 100% sure, but I would totally swap it for that. And there was a lot of particularly RPGs that I missed that came out on the PSP. A lot of them were remakes of PlayStation 2 and all that, but still there's a lot of them, and I have them now. I'm after picking them up recently, so that made me really happy. And before the PS4, I didn't have a PS3, I had an Xbox 360. I think we got it in 2009. So I never had a PS3 when it was out, when it was popular. I was a 360 person. So I probably swapped the Xbox 360 for a PS3. It's like much the same games that are on it. Not a whole host of RPGs, but there's a few. But there's still, like, I missed out on the Uncharted series. But I had Gears of War and all that as well for the Xbox. So, and like the Resident Evil games were cross platform. So I don't really think I missed out on that much. I do have a PS3 now, so that's okay. So that's my 4 systems. So I'd swap the Super Nintendo for the Mega Drive. I think most people do that anyway. The Game Boy Advance for the PlayStation 1, the PSP for the PlayStation 2, and the PS3 for the Xbox 360. Thanks very much, Novabug, for bringing back the Friday Foursome. It's great. I like listening to everybody's responses on their videos and all that. So thank you very much. Adios. See you guys again. Thank you. Bye.